Hi everyone, Diana Rankin here with your predictions from Phillip, my spirit guide for February 2023. And yes, Piper is here. There she is. She's actually sleeping in front of her bed, which she does sometimes. And Lily was in here, but we had to put her out because she was creating a little havoc. So I knew I couldn't talk to you and do the video if I had also had to pay attention to her. So we'll go take care of Lily as soon as we're finished here. But we're going to get our predictions and then we will return next Friday to your questions. Please put them in the comments below or you can email them to me. Your comments or your questions, leave them general or esoteric in nature. If you have personal questions, please get a hold of me. My information is below. My phone number's on the website. So just give me a call and we'll get you set up for a private session. And there's our little Piper. Hello, Sheila. She says, hello, Diana. I hope Lily, Piper, and you doing well. Greetings from Amsterdam. Oh, so good to see you. You know, I'm thinking, I know Ireland is 5 hours different, and I'm thinking that this is getting late for you, but I could be wrong there. I'm not real good on the time changes. And, with my international clients, we do Zoom, and I always have to get their help. What time is it at your place? But right now, as you all know, I'm on Eastern time. I think it's Eastern Daylight Time. I get confused, or Standard or Daylight. I wish they'd pick one and stay with it, but we're on Eastern time and it is a little after 1 o'clock. So anyway, we're going to do our predictions, and so good to see you, Sheila. I bet you're having some snow up there. We're having snow here in Ohio, which is considered the Midwest. It's kind of far east side of the Midwest. Sheila says it's 1900 in the evening now. Okay. 1900. Oh gosh, is that 6 o'clock? I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I am terrible about things like that, so forgive me. Um, but I think that might be 6 o'clock. So that's not so late. If it is, no, it would be later than 6. Anyway, I'm sorry. Somebody's going to have to help me out here. Michelle says, hello from Virginia. Well, it's probably warmer where Michelle is. And Sheila says, 7 o'clock. I was close, 7 o'clock. And Judy from London says, hi, Diana. So good to see all of you. And I love that we have people coming in from around the world and around the country. So when you say hello, if you care to, we'd love to know where you're from. That's so cool. Michelle says it's 50 degrees. Well, Michelle, that's warm for where I am right now. Actually, we had snow for the last couple of days, last 3 or 4 days, and it's going up to 38 today, which is pretty warm. But now we'll have a couple of days of warmth. In fact, Sunday, I think it's even going to rain, and then it's going to get down in the teens and get cold. So we're having this strange weather pattern. Anyway, I want to get on here with our predictions. Colleen says, hi from upstate New York. I have several clients and people a couple of women who come every month to our Sacred Circle Zoom, which you're all invited to. Just go to my website and you can learn more about it. They're in the Hudson Valley. I don't know, upstate. I know there's more to it than Hudson Valley, but and I'm not even sure Hudson Valley is considered upstate. Michelle says, hi from New Zealand. It's wet and rainy here. Isn't this cool that we get to learn about the weather around the world from all of you? I love it. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to get the predictions. And then, of course, we will get a message from Phillip, one of my spirit guides, one of my books from my spirit guide, my main guide, Phillip. And Colleen says Hudson Valley, 3 hours away. Okay, so, where I live out in rural Ohio, 3 hours kind of feels close. But I know in upstate New York, that's a lot of farmland up there. It's beautiful. And also the mountains are up there. I think that's considered upstate. I used to get up and go from the city up into the mountains. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. Michelle just made a donation, and I really, really appreciate that. That helps. it doesn't matter the amount. I don't care if it's 2 cents. It touches my heart so deeply. So thank you. I really am grateful for that. And Colleen says, Catskill and Anadirach Mountains, beautiful. It was the Catskills. Years ago, back in the 1990s, I studied with Jean Houston, and she held her mystery school up in the Catskills. So thank you. I've also been up into Maine, and that was vacationing a couple of times, and I love the mountains up there. I lived in California. I love the mountains out there. Anyway, I'm diverting. I'm having too much fun here, so thank you all. It's so good to see all of you. Anyway, you know that this book, most of you, that this is just an oracle book. You just opened any page and you get the wisdom. And sometimes you have to figure out what the wisdom means for your life, but we'll get that. But first, here are our predictions. And I always say, Phillip gives us the doom and gloom, and then he gives us hope, but he also gives us what we can do about the doom and gloom. I don't know that others call it doom and gloom. I do. So here we go. Phillip says, much rumbling will take place this month. This rumbling includes weather, politics, relationships in all areas and walks of life. All have a choice. Listen to the rumblings and ignore them. Add to them with your own rumblings, or take heed and appropriate action. What is appropriate action, you ask? That depends on the rumble. If weather related, you might want to take safety precautions. If political rumblings, pay attention and speak up when and if appropriate. If relationship rumblings, work together in truth and love for healing. So whatever rumbling comes your way or you become aware of, Phillip is saying, be aware of, this is a month of rumblings. The rumblings is kind of like when, the earth shakes to shake out all that stuff that has to come out for healing. Phillip goes on to say, all will experience internal rumblings, but all will not be aware. For those who are aware, pay attention. This is a powerful month for healing. On the political world stage, I love this. On the political world stage, Afghan women are stronger than known by those in power. All is not lost. Hold them in the energy of prayer for safety. Little will be known about their strength to outsiders at this time. That is not to negate their strength. It is to ask for energy to be sent to them to increase their power. Afghan women, you go, girls. Russia will not yet see a change of power, although the plan is in the works to do so. Oh, this is good, kids. Dictators around the world are throwing their power around because of their fears they are losing power. They are. Many will be out of power before the end of this year. Yes. This will happen only if the people around the world and in their countries exchange the fear for love. This is the year for all to recognize you are spiritual beings having a human experience. To know this is to live in love, not fear. To know this is to live in the moment of now, not to worry about a future you've not yet created. Those caught in the war in Ukraine or disasters in the world have chosen to take part for multiple reasons, one of which is to learn the meaning of living in the present moment. The war in Ukraine will escalate this month and move into new territory and country outside of Ukraine. No other country will be harmed at this time. There is a building risk of this, but the risk most likely will remain a risk only without escalation. So it says that Russia's going to move into another country as well as Ukraine, but it's going to remain a risk rather than actual war or escalation. It'll be interesting to see what that exactly means. Pakistan is expected to have another flood, so care must be taken there. Rebel forces are gathering, but little is to be said here. Interesting. Storms in Egypt, Africa's inland section, and nations in what is known as the Middle East will take place with the possible loss of life. There are calm areas within these larger areas that will not be affected. Hope that includes my clients from that area. I love this. It is the areas with political unrest that are affected. So those areas that don't have the political unrest aren't going to see this upheaval of weather. Phillip goes on to say, this is true in the U.S. and Central and South America as well. Look to the storms and you will see political unrest. Look to the political unrest and you will see storms. Makes sense? Did you think you could have upheaval among the people and not have the energy of that affect the weather? You cannot. The energy of every word said, of every thought, of every deed done affects the physical world. In the U.S., the erratic, often dangerous weather will continue. This is a direct reflection of the country's energy this month. There will be arrests made that will surprise some, but not all. Many will be surprised at the depth and international breadth of those who will be arrested and those who are part of the group but are beyond reach. Interesting, part of the group. The former U.S. President, Donald Trump, will be arrested. Most likely, that will be closer to mid-March, but could happen this month. If so, it will be late month. He will be fined. He may be confined, but not to prison. This is not true for others around him. Bill Barr will lose his license to practice law. However, that will not stop him. Is the U.S. dying? In many ways, yes. This is good news. Keep listening. In many ways, yes, but the U.S. is a large and diverse country. The diversity is often difficult to live with, however. Diversity is often difficult to live with. However, it is the diversity that will keep it from becoming a one-leader dictatorship country. That's the good news. The diversity in the U.S. will not allow it to be a large country with a dictator, like some other large countries. Yes. I want to pull that cord and say, yes, yes, yes. Those within the political arena will be called out this month. Arrests will be made most likely before the end of this month, if not within the early part of next month. This includes both state and federal. Okay, here we go. This is the part you really, really want to hear. This is a month to look inward while also being aware of that which is taking place in the outer world. It is the month to ask, what energy are you contributing to? The energy of love or the energy of fear? This is a powerful month for change. Use it wisely. I'm going to read those last couple of sentences again. This is a month to look inward while also being aware of that which is taking place in the outer world. It is the month to ask, what energy are you contributing to? The energy of love or the energy of fear? This is a powerful month for change. Use it wisely. All right, let's say hello to everyone. Louisa says, hello, everyone. Hello. I'm so excited. And Awakening with Susan says, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Greg happens to be coming in from California and says, finally made it to you live. And Michelle sends us Michelle, who donated some money to me, and I'm deeply grateful. She is sending us a picture of, like, yay, party. Enjoy. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Let's get our message for the month. I'm not going to look. Okay, if you said right, that's what I'm hearing. And so our intuition's in sync. And the right is the message for all of us. If you said left, that's a message you need to pay attention to. So here's the message for all of us. This is interesting. And I think this goes along with a country as well as an individual. Your problems have not been cast upon you. They have been chosen by you. And I know there are some of you who really need to hear that. Your problems have not been cast upon you. They have been chosen by you. And that's page 93. I want to explain that a little bit deeper because that kind of sounds self-blaming. And I don't want anybody. No self-blaming allowed. Absolutely not. We choose our problems so we can grow. We choose our problems that allow us to then heal them and grow from that. And when we grow, not only do we make our private world better, but we're healing the whole world. You know, you've often heard me say this, that study after study, including one by the Wall Street Journal, a very conservative organization, they have done studies. How many sensitive people are do we have in the population? And it comes up every time, 17 to 20%. I did hear of another study recently that only about half of the population has empathy. Those of us listening, everyone who can hear my voice, those of us who are alive, those of us who listen later, you're part of this 17 to 20% of the sensitive ones. And that can make life a little bit more difficult. But it also means you're an old soul who's been around for a while, and you can help heal our whole world. You're not part of the anger. You're not part of the divisiveness. You're part of the love. And so, yeah, you take on those issues and those problems. And as a soul, we all took this stuff on so we can heal it and create pathways for others to follow. Michelle says, blessing to you for sharing the knowledge. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Now, if you heard left, this is a private message for you, so pay attention. Love is accepting another as he or she is and not as you may want him or her to be. And that's page 92. Love is accepting another as he or she is and not as you may want him or her to be. Okay, my friends, but our message is your problems have not been cast upon you. They've been chosen by you. And if we can make that shift in our minds, it's a lot easier to deal with those problems in our lives. Easy? No, just easier. More than once I've said, give me an easier time of it here. More than once I've broken down and said, I'm human. I still love myself. Please do the same. Allow yourself to be human. Recognize that you are here helping to heal the world by healing those issues you chose as a soul to heal in your life. And I thank you for that. This is our month. This is a month to look inward while also being aware of that which is taking place in the outer world. It is the month to ask, what energy are you contributing to? The energy of love or the energy of fear? This is a powerful month for change. Use it wisely. I'm so grateful for all of you who are able to come live and make comments. I'm so grateful for the comments that you make below. Thank you all. Again, Michelle, thank you for your generosity. Thank you all for your generosity of love. I love each and every one of you. I accept your love. Thank you. As does our little girl back here, Piper. And you saw Lily on the opening picture, but we had to put her out because she was being a little difficult, shall I say. Awakening with Susan says, blessings to all. Thank you. And Michelle says, thank you for all you do. Thank you for each and every one of you for the love that you add to our world. Thank you for the love you accept from us and pass it on. Thank you for loving yourselves. Nothing is more important in this world than to love yourself. And with that, you can love others. You know, I just remembered today is Holocaust Remembrance Day. And on my social media, I said, let us send our love. Let us love those and remember those who lost their lives in such horrific ways. Let us remember those who love them. But I also said, let us love those who was part of taking lives of others in this horrific period of time. Because as we forgive them and send them love, we're then able to never let this happen again. And it is, as Phillip tells us, the very diversity in the US that will keep it from happening here. In every country, we have to add love wherever we live around the world. We can never, never let anything like the terrible, terrific Holocaust happen again. And so let us not hold anger or fear. Let us hold love. Even for those who we may have to send love a little bit at the beginning with gritting our teeth and saying, listen, you love, 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 love. It will change. We're changing the world, my friends. As Phillip tells us, this is a powerful month. From our home to yours, from our hearts to yours. Thank you. See you next week.